Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we're going to be talking about the Silver Lining DLC pack that dropped yesterday, and it was actually pretty great. I would say that out of all of the DLC packs that we've gotten so far, the Heist, Turf Wars, and Silver Lining has the best story, and out of it, it probably had the best DLC month out of any Spider-Man game ever. I think the story for Silver Lining was very well done. Sable is an absolute standout in this DLC. She actually has one of the best interactions with Spider-Man in almost the entire game. Like, I love their relationship a lot, and I was shocked by how much they actually made me fall in love with the character, Silver Sable, and I want to see more of her in later games if they do continue to go on with this series. Like, I didn't expect, I knew she was going to be in this DLC, especially after in Turf Wars they did the whole Hammerhead stealing the Silver Sable tech, but I did not expect her to actually be such a good character and have this great of writing by Insomniac, and you could definitely tell that they put a lot of effort into Silver Sable for some weird reason. And clearly the story revolves around her and her getting her tech stolen, so of course she has to be like one of the main characters, but she is definitely the best character in this entire DLC. MJ, of course, is also a very good addition. She actually, of course, guides us through the story again, and it actually turns out that she's going to be going off into some war-torn country and being, and she's going to be reporting there as well and getting the story out wherever she's going. And it's actually kind of crazy that we're going to be hearing that storyline and potentially seeing it in a sequel if they don't actually do like a giant time gap and, Mary Jane's still in a war-torn country and we play as Mary Jane trying to find secret stuff for maybe Spider-Man. We don't really know, but it is interesting to see them doing very different things with Mary Jane right now and setting up her future in this series. Miles is back as a, of course, cameo this time at the post-credit scene. He's in there for phone calls as well and even helps out with the Screwball Challenge, which I was kind of surprised at. I didn't expect him to show up in the side mission for the Screwball Challenge, and it was actually funny how they introduced him. But overall, Miles was a good character, and again, just like Mary Jane, just like Silver Sable, and just like a lot of these characters that they did for this last DLC, I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing with Miles in the sequel, and clearly they set up something really fun with them, and I think it's going to be absolutely amazing when we get to this point in the sequel. I think Hammerhead was a very weak villain. Even in the last one, I was just really odd. I didn't like him, and the ending where he got revived was also extra weird, and it just was played off like, oh yeah, that just happens on an everyday basis. He was just revived, and he escaped, and now he's a giant monster robot. Like, it was that casual for Hammerhead to do that on a regular day. It's like, really? He's just doing that now? I mean, I get he wants to control the city, but this just seems like a complete... it just doesn't seem like Hammerhead to me. It doesn't seem like something that Hammerhead would do, in my personal opinion. But that's all I have to say about Hammerhead. I think for this DLC pack, he could have been done way better. And there's this. I think he was a weak villain, and he could have been replaced by any other villain, and I probably wouldn't have even cared. I honestly wanted. Hammerhead was a horrible villain, and I wish the writing was better for him. Black Cat is also something that really took me out of the story for a second. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, because they didn't tease us at all in the second episode. You would think that when they do the little tease, like, oh, she's still alive in the first episode where you see her smoke before the explosion, like, oh yeah, there. But then they did nothing for Turf Wars, so it's just like she comes out of nowhere in the third episode and saves Spider-Man. It's just like, okay, whatever. I wish they could have had a little bit more setup for Black Cat in the second one instead of just throwing her in there like she was nothing. Like, it was just really odd. The suits were very good as well. I don't know if anybody really wants to count the Raimi suit, but I kind of do. It was released the day before it. It would have probably been in the Silver Lining DLC if they didn't have so much complications trying to get it out. But overall, I think that the suits that we got for this DLC, and I am counting the Raimi for this one, is Aaron Eichmann, the Into the Spider-Verse, and the Cyborg one with Raimi, and all of them are so good. They're really incredible. I'm amazed that people would just constantly shit on the suits when these ones were really well done, and these ones are probably the second best ones out of the suit packs that we've gotten in this entire DLC. Number one, Heist, is still like the worst one, but this one and the Turf Wars suit packs are definitely the best ones so far. The side missions, I think, were probably the best ones out of the DLC as well, so that's good. The bases, the underground sewers, those were actually pretty interesting. I was actually invested in that little story of the, of David and him being a Silver Sable soldier. That was actually really interesting, in my opinion. The Yuri story was also pretty fantastic. I can't wait to see what she's going to be doing in the sequel. Clearly they're setting her up for Wraith, and I can't wait to see how they're going to be pulling that off, because clearly she's going to be fighting Spider-Man somewhere down the line, and she's probably going to be going up against the police as well. Who knows what other villains she's going to be going after. Maybe in the next game, if they do bring back Hammerhead, they'll actually have Wraith kill him, which would be really cool as well. So Yuri's Story was also a really good addition to the side missions. And Screwball, we finally captured her. Jesus Christ, finally. Even though Screwball was a very annoying and frustrating character to go up against, I would actually like to appreciate Insomniac's message of content creators and influencers having very big influence on their audience, you know what I mean? And spreading false info and very bad things and stuff like that. Maybe Insomniac was trying to tell us something about a certain someone in the community. No one knows, I don't know. But anyways, if I were to have to rate this DLC, if I were to have to give it a rating out of 10, this is definitely an 8. This is definitely the best DLC, and honestly, I would have to say if you were looking for a really good, fun story that actually has a lot of good moments of heart, if you're looking for fun side missions with interesting stories behind them and overall really good characters, this is the way to go. And this is a good story in DLC, and I wish that we had this for Turf Wars and for the Heist. I don't know why those two felt so weird and so out of place, and this one felt the best, but clearly they put all of their effort into Silver Lining, and I really do respect Insomniac's effort in this DLC pack for The City That Never Sleeps. So if I were to have to give The City That Never Sleeps an entire score, I would probably have to give it around 6.5, maybe a 7. Clearly, Silver Lining left it on a very good note. It left it on a, whoa, there's a lot of possibilities here, and it was a good story, and it was good side missions. Overall, it was a good DLC, but the Heist and the Turf Wars, they were like 4 and 5s each. So, you know, I would have to average it out to about a 6.5, maybe a 7 again. So, this entire DLC pack, I would say, after this, it is worth the $25. It is a very good DLC pack, and I'm really happy that Insomniac did give us this content for Spider-Man PS4 very soon after the launch of the game, and I'm really impressed that they were able to get up this good of content. So thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys think about the entire DLC of The City Never Sleeps back in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more Spider-Man PS4 videos in the future, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.